This new CD is called All Over the World. It's our third project, and we've been working on it for the last 6 months. So when we started this album, we actually started getting into the studio. I just brought all the songs together and said, okay, this is what I've got, and we just, sorted through them and said which ones are the ones we really want to convey through just a solid message about hope and about God's love. We really just want this album to be something that people can take and just get closer to God and worship Him through. And the songs are really gonna, I think, help people see a side of God that's really personal. All Over the World really came from our experiences traveling outside the U.S. and really seeing people and their need for God and their need for that hope. And so I think it really just stirred in our hearts, like taking the message outside of each individual comfort zone, or even outside of our countries, and really taking the message out to people that need it. My desire is for these songs to help other people walk through whatever they're going through in life. However great or however small they are, God, He just wants to convey His love to us, and that's my heart's desire, is that these songs really do that, and that they inspire people to go out and share His love with other people, whether that means people across the world, on the other side of the world, or the people in their family. It's really hard in this generation, this culture, to focus on God, because there's so many things around all of us that want our attention and want our affections, but living for God and giving your life to Him is the most fulfilling thing. All Over the World actually has a different kind of beginning. So most songs I start, it's really kind of grooving and cool, and that was kind of the intention for it, to catch people's attention. But it took about 2 years to write this song, and it went through many, many changes, but finally put the chorus to it this summer, and it just kind of came to life, I think. We started playing a little bit in our last UK tour, and it really just started coming alive at that point. We started really feeling like this was just really the message that we wanted to bring, and this is how we wanted to bring the new CD to life, and this would be the theme for it. This album hits on a bunch of different topics, and one of the songs, it talks about identity, and it really relates to girls and how we see ourselves, and it's called More Than I Think I Am. It's a real fun, upbeat song. There's other songs on there that are just purely worship songs that I've already heard some people that have had listened to the mix of the CD. They said that these songs, God of Restoration, My Adoration, Cover Us, they just make them want to go and just spend some time with God, which totally excites me, because that's exactly what we want this CD to do. There's a song also called Face the Sun, and Face the S-O-N. Because we're called the Sonflowerz, a lot of times we were asked what our name means and how we got that name, and so this song kind of describes our name and just really kind of how we got that idea, and it talks about how facing the sun, kind of like a sunflower faces the sun throughout the day. It's just how we want to be in our relationship with God, and just following Him and facing Him, and just being in His presence and
being transformed by Him.
Yeah, definitely. So that's that song, Face the Sun. There's a song called Prayer for the Prodigal, and it's more of a ballad, and it really is. It's kind of a story of a modern day prodigal, and many of them, and it's just a prayer that God would bring them back to their relationship with Him.
I think our heart is that age group for young girls, like 12 to anywhere, actually, up to 20 years old. We just have a heart to see them fully thriving and living for God, and seeing themselves really the way God sees them. And at this event for girls, they had a time where some girls came up to share about some experiences they had, and they were just so broken. This one girl came up to the stage and was just weeping over the things that had happened to her in her life, and how she had felt broken by relationships and guys that hadn't treated her with respect, and just encouraging her peers to live for God and seek God, because He's the one who will love you purely and rightly. And so our heart is really to show girls that God is the one who loves you and will always love you that way.
We really want this album to impact our generation. I think that has just really been the heart of what we do and why we started doing music, is that there would be something more significant than just the music and just the songs. Just to really inspire youth and young people to really live passionately for God. And
it's definitely about something bigger than the Sonflowerz. It's about people taking up their purpose and what God's called them to do, and going out there and living it, and being passionate about the purposes of God for them. And that's our real passion, our goal, is to see God use our music to help people grow in Him and to live for Him.